The small human spacecraft hummed quietly as it approached the orbit of the massive alien vessel. Commander Alex Patel sat in the cockpit, eyes scanning the glowing surface of the ship. It was unlike anything humans had ever built, or even imagined. Its structure was elegant, curved like a living organism, with lights that pulsed in rhythm, almost as if the ship itself was breathing. "Beautiful," muttered Lieutenant Mara, Alex's second-in-command. "It's alive somehow," Alex nodded. "Let's hope the aliens are as friendly as their architecture suggests." The ship's AI guided them toward the docking bay, a wide opening that seemed to swallow their craft whole. As they approached, Alex noticed other smaller ships gliding in and out, some of them shaped like floating crystals, others like elongated ribbons. The human crew could only stare in awe. Once docked, a platform extended from the alien vessel and a figure appeared. She was tall and slender, with smooth, pale blue skin that shimmered faintly in the dim light. Her eyes were large and golden, reflecting intelligence and curiosity. She stepped forward with a grace that made every movement seem intentional. "Welcome, humans," she said in perfect English, though it was clear she had learned it quickly. "I am Lyra, engineer of this vessel. Please follow me." Alex rose and extended a hand. "Commander Alex Patel. These are my colleagues, Mara, Rena, and Jalen. We come in peace and curiosity." Lyra smiled, a gesture that seemed almost musical. "Curiosity is valued here. You will find our vessel unusual, but I hope enlightening." The humans followed her down a corridor that seemed to shift slightly as they walked, walls bending and glowing in response to their presence. It was like the ship itself was alive, aware of every step they took. Alex felt a thrill of excitement. This was exploration at its purest, a place where human intuition and adaptability might be tested. Lyra led them to a chamber at the heart of the ship. It was small, almost cozy, with a single bed in the center and a few chairs neatly arranged around it. The humans exchanged confused glances. "This is where visitors rest," Lyra explained. "We have limited space for sleeping quarters. One bed is all that is needed for your stay." Alex raised an eyebrow. "One bed?" Lyra nodded. "Yes, space is limited on the vessel. Sharing is necessary, though I understand this may be unusual for you," Mara whispered to Alex. "Well, this is awkward." Alex suppressed a grin. "Humans adapt," he said softly. "We'll make do." Lyra's eyes sparkled. "I admire adaptability. It is a strength of your species." The humans were led through the rest of the ship. Every corridor, every room, every console seemed alive. Machines adjusted themselves as humans approached. Displays changed automatically, showing what the aliens considered important. Yet despite the alien sophistication, it was the simplicity of human observation and intuition that impressed Lyra most. When a control panel malfunctioned slightly, Alex approached it and tapped a sequence of buttons in a way the aliens had never tried. Within moments, it was operational again. Lyra's jaw almost dropped. "You humans," she said, shaking her head with a laugh. "Your methods are unexpected but effective." Alex smiled, feeling the familiar warmth of human ingenuity at work. "Sometimes the simplest solution is the best," he said. After the tour, they returned to the small chamber with the single bed. Lyra paused at the door. "This is where you will rest if needed. I will prepare accommodations for privacy." Alex looked at his team. "We'll take turns," he said. "Efficiency first," Rena sighed but nodded. "At least it's safe." Lyra, sensing the tension, smiled. "I will also stay nearby to ensure your comfort. You may find my presence reassuring." Alex nodded politely and Lyra stepped back. The humans arranged their belongings and began to settle in. Though the space was small, it was functional, clean, and surprisingly comfortable. Alex found himself sitting on the edge of the bed, gazing at the alien walls that shimmered in soft hues of blue and green. "This ship. It's incredible," he said aloud, more to himself than anyone else. Mara leaned against the wall. "Incredible, yes, but also a little intimidating. I don't know if I can get used to this feeling." Alex chuckled. "You'll adapt. We humans always do." The first night was quiet. The soft hum of the ship was like a lullaby, gentle but full of energy. Alex lay awake, thinking about what the days ahead would bring. He wondered what challenges they would face, what knowledge they could gain, and what role humans would play in this alien world. He felt a strange mix of excitement and responsibility. In the morning, Lyra returned, carrying a small tray with what looked like alien fruits and liquids. "Breakfast," she said with a smile. "Not traditional for humans, but nutritious." Alex took a cautious bite. The flavors were unfamiliar, but not unpleasant. "Interesting," he said. "Very different, but good." Lyra observed him carefully. "You humans are brave. You try things without hesitation." Alex shrugged. "Curiosity helps survival. And humans are always curious." After breakfast, Lyra offered to show them a part of the ship rarely visited by outsiders, the observation deck. It was enormous, with a panoramic view of the stars and the planet below. The floor was transparent, allowing them to see the alien mechanisms at work beneath their feet. "Why show us this?" asked Mara. "Because," Lyra said, "your species' perspective is unique. You notice things differently. I want you to see and understand how our vessel works, and perhaps offer insights we have not considered." As they walked across the transparent floor, Alex noticed a minor flaw in the energy distribution system. He pointed it out, explaining how a simple adjustment could increase efficiency. Lyra's eyes widened. "You humans are remarkable," she said softly. "Even in areas we consider perfected, you find ways to improve them." Alex smiled. "It's what we do. We adapt, we learn, and we find solutions where others see only complexity." Lyra seemed thoughtful. "Perhaps that is why your species survives and thrives. Your adaptability is inspiring." The humans spent the day exploring the vessel, learning about its engines, control systems, and even the alien social protocols. Every step of the way, Alex and his team applied human logic and creativity, impressing Lyra and her crew. By evening, the humans felt more comfortable in the alien environment, though the single-bed chamber still loomed as a reminder of their limited space. As night fell, the stars outside seemed closer than ever. Alex sat by the transparent wall of the chamber, staring at the swirling colors of a distant nebula. The adventure was just beginning, and already humans had made their mark on this alien world, not with force, but with intelligence, adaptability, and courage. Lyra entered quietly, holding a small device that projected a holographic map of the galaxy. "Tomorrow," she said, "we will begin a more detailed exploration of the system. There are secrets here that even we have not fully understood. I hope your species is ready." Alex nodded, feeling a surge of determination. "We humans are always ready. We'll learn, we'll adapt, and we'll help. That's what we do." Lyra's golden eyes glimmered with admiration. "Then I look forward to tomorrow. Your species may be small, but your spirit is vast." As she left, Alex reflected on the day. Despite the small chamber, the unusual environment, and the alien culture, humans had already proven their value. And in the vastness of space, among beings who had lived far longer and built far more, the ingenuity and courage of humans shone brightly. The first day on the alien ship ended not with conflict or danger, but with understanding, a quiet victory for humanity. Alex lay back on the single bed, feeling the soft hum of the ship beneath him. Outside, the stars continued their silent dance, and inside, a human heartbeat with curiosity, bravery, and hope. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but tonight was a reminder. No matter how strange the world, humans could adapt and thrive. The morning sun, or at least what passed for sunlight inside the alien ship, bathed the chamber in soft, golden light. Alex stretched and yawned, feeling the strange but comforting rhythm of the ship beneath him. He could hear the faint hum of energy flowing through its walls like a heartbeat of metal and light. Today, Lyra had promised to take the human crew deeper into the ship, to areas reserved for engineers and researchers. As the humans followed Lyra down the shifting corridors, Alex couldn't help but marvel at the alien design. The hallways twisted subtly, almost as if they were alive, responding to their movements. Small panels lit up when they passed, displaying symbols that changed constantly. Rena whispered in awe. "It's like the ship knows us." Lyra glanced at her. "In a way, it does. Our vessel adapts to its inhabitants, anticipating needs and adjusting itself. But it also reacts to intelligence. You humans are intriguing." Alex felt a familiar thrill. Curiosity and ingenuity had always been humanity's greatest tools. And here, in a place where even alien technology seemed perfect, those tools might make all the difference. They arrived at a large chamber filled with consoles, holographic screens, and floating devices. Lyra gestured for the humans to step forward. This is our research hub. Much of what you see here is beyond your species' understanding, but I encourage you to explore. Sometimes an outsider sees what we cannot. Alex's eyes scanned the room. There were panels that showed energy flows, devices that floated in midair, and symbols that seemed to shift when he looked away. One particular console flickered with a soft red glow. Lyra noticed him pausing. That device, she explained, controls a SE. The next morning, the humans awoke to the gentle hum of the alien vessel. The rhythmic pulse of the ship had become almost comforting, like the heartbeat of a living creature. Alex stretched and glanced around the small chamber, noticing his team already preparing for the day ahead. Today, Lyra had promised a more hands-on experience, assisting with the ship's core systems, an area rarely visited by outsiders. As they walked through the winding corridors, Alex observed how the ship seemed to respond to them. Lights brightened as they approached. Doors slid open smoothly and panels adjusted their positions automatically. Even the air felt alive, shifting gently as if to accommodate their presence. Lyra met them at the entrance to the core chamber, her golden eyes shining with excitement. Today, you will assist with monitoring the vessel's main energy flow. It is complex and precise, but I believe your species' perspective may uncover something we have overlooked. Alex nodded. We'll do our best. Humans are good at noticing what others miss. The humans entered the core chamber. It was massive, far larger than any room they had previously seen. Pulses of light traveled along glowing conduits, and energy arcs crackled softly between floating nodes. The walls were lined with consoles displaying streams of information in alien symbols and moving diagrams. This is incredible, murmured Mara. It's like a living network of energy. Lyra nodded. It is. The core regulates the entire vessel. Even a minor miscalculation can affect systems throughout the ship. That is why precision is crucial. Alex approached a console and studied the readings. Most of the systems appeared stable, but he noticed a subtle fluctuation in one energy line. That line, he said, pointing, it's inconsistent. Might be a minor issue now, but it could escalate. Lyra frowned. You are correct. We have monitored it, but the cause has eluded us. We did not anticipate it could threaten stability. As they discussed, a low warning tone sounded through the chamber. Panels flashed red, and a deep vibration ran through the floor. Alex felt the familiar surge of adrenaline, the first real challenge since arriving on the vessel. What's happening? Rena asked, her voice tense. Lyra's expression was serious. The energy fluctuation has escalated. It is affecting secondary systems. If we do not stabilize it quickly, life support and propulsion could be compromised. Alex assessed the situation calmly. Then let's fix it. Step 1. Isolate the line. Step 2. Stabilize the nodes. Step 3. Reroute power if necessary. Lyra looked impressed. Your confidence is reassuring. Let's proceed. The humans and Lyra worked together, moving through the room with careful precision. Alex directed the team, assigning tasks based on their strengths. Mara monitored the floating nodes, adjusting their positions to redistribute energy. Rena recalculated flow rates using her own logic combined with alien readings. Jalen worked on rerouting auxiliary power to stabilize the main line. Minutes passed, each one feeling longer than the last. Sparks of energy occasionally arced dangerously close, but Alex remained calm, giving clear instructions. Steady, focus on the sequence. We can handle this, Lyra observed in awe. Your species maintains clarity under pressure. This is rare even among our engineers. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the energy line stabilized. The red warnings disappeared, replaced by the familiar green glow. The hum of the ship returned to its normal rhythm, steady and comforting once again. Alex wiped sweat from his brow and smiled. That's better. Systems are stable. Lyra's golden eyes glimmered with admiration. You humans, remarkable. You preserved balance when even we feared failure. Rena let out a sigh of relief. I didn't think we could do it, but we did. It feels incredible. Mara added, it's amazing how calm Alex stayed. His planning and direction kept us from panicking. Alex shook his head. We humans adapt. When things go wrong, we adjust, learn, and act. It's not about bravery. It's about clarity and teamwork. Lyra nodded thoughtfully. Your species has qualities that many overlook. Intelligence, intuition, and courage in the face of uncertainty. I see now why humans endure challenges that others cannot. After the crisis, Lyra led the humans to a quiet observation deck. The view of the nearby planet was breathtaking. Swirls of green and blue stretched across its surface, illuminated by the soft glow of its sun. The humans could see storms forming near the equator and strange energy patterns in the atmosphere. "This view is humbling," Alex said. "It reminds us why we explore, to learn, to adapt, and to survive." Lyra smiled. "Indeed. You humans find meaning in observation and action even in the vastness of space. That is admirable." They spent the next hour analyzing planetary data. The rogue energy fluctuations they had experienced in the ship seemed connected to the planet's unusual magnetic field. Alex hypothesized that if similar energy surges occurred on the surface, they could disrupt life or technology. Lyra listened carefully. "Your deduction is impressive. Few beings would link the ship's fluctuations to planetary phenomena so quickly. Your species' intuition is valuable." Alex shrugged modestly. "We pay attention, think critically, and act decisively. That combination seems to work well in unfamiliar environments." As the day progressed, Lyra introduced the humans to more advanced technology, devices capable of analyzing atmosphere, soil composition, and biological life on the planet below. Alex immediately began connecting the dots between the ship's systems and the planet's energy patterns, suggesting adjustments to ensure the safety of future planetary missions. Lyra looked at him with admiration. "Your species does not merely react. You anticipate, solve, and innovate. Even when we feared failure, you found solutions." By evening, the humans returned to their small chamber. The events of the day left them exhausted but exhilarated. They had faced their first real challenge on the alien ship, a test not of strength but of intellect, courage, and adaptability. Alex sat on the edge of the bed, reflecting. Today was proof. We humans survive by thinking, adapting, and working together. Strength is important, but insight matters more in unknown environments. Mara nodded. And we proved it. Not only to ourselves, but to Lyra and her crew. They respect us now, Rena smiled. It's amazing to think that our species, so small in the galaxy, can influence beings far more advanced than us. Jalen added quietly. It's humbling too. But I like knowing that our perspective matters. Lyra entered the chamber quietly, holding a small device that projected a glowing map of the planetary surface and the surrounding space. Tomorrow, she said, we will descend to the planet. It is unfamiliar, potentially hazardous, but also full of knowledge. Are your species prepared? Alex met her gaze steadily. We are ready. Humans learn, adapt, and overcome. No matter the challenge, we face it together. Curiosity, courage, and cooperation, those are our strengths. Lyra nodded, her golden eyes gleaming with respect. Then I look forward to seeing your species interact with the planet. Your perspective may reveal insights even my kind has overlooked. As she left, the humans prepared for rest. The small chamber, once a reminder of constraint, now felt like a safe base from which to face the universe. They had already accomplished something remarkable, stabilizing a core system that even alien engineers struggled with. They had proven that human ingenuity, teamwork, and calm under pressure were as valuable in space as they were on Earth. Alex lay back on the bed, listening to the gentle hum of the ship. Outside, stars stretched across the endless void, indifferent to the lives below. Inside, humans had demonstrated that intelligence, courage, and heart could shine even in the darkest, most complex corners of the galaxy. The first challenge had been met and overcome. Tomorrow promised new experiences, new discoveries, and new opportunities to show why humans were unique in the cosmos. Alex closed his eyes, a small smile tugging at the corner of his lips. No matter what the universe threw at them, humans had proven one simple truth. They could learn, adapt, and thrive, even in a world that was entirely alien, and in that realization, the crew of the human spacecraft felt a quiet pride, not of superiority but of capability. They were humans, curious, brave, and endlessly resourceful, and that made all the difference. The following day began with a sense of quiet excitement. The humans woke early, the hum of the alien vessel steady beneath their feet. Outside, the stars glowed faintly as the ship orbited the strange planet below. It was a world filled with mysteries, and today, Alex and his team were to prepare for their descent. But before that, Lyra had something different in mind. When she entered their small chamber, her golden eyes sparkled with warmth. She carried a tray covered in translucent coverings. "Before we face the surface," she said, "I wish to share something from my people with you. It is tradition to break barriers with food, games, and stories. This is how we build trust." Alex looked at his team and then back at Lyra. "A cultural exchange?" he asked. Lyra nodded. "Yes, to work together on the planet, we must first understand one another more deeply." She placed the tray on a small table. Strange glowing fruits rested beside bowls of shimmering liquid. There were bread-like shapes that pulsed with faint blue light. The humans stared, fascinated. "Don't worry," Lyra said with a laugh. "Everything here is safe for you to eat. I adjusted the recipes to match your biology." Mara raised an eyebrow. "You can do that?" Lyra nodded. "We understand how to alter protein." The next morning, the ship's soft hum carried a new sense of urgency. Alex woke early, his mind restless with thoughts of what lay ahead. Today, he and his team would step onto the surface of the mysterious planet. They had eaten Lyra's food, learned her people's games, and shared their own stories. But now it was time for something greater: survival and exploration together. Lyra entered their chamber, her golden eyes bright but serious. She carried a small crystal tablet that projected maps of the planet below. "The surface is unstable," she explained. "Energy surges run through its crust, unpredictable and dangerous. But hidden among them are structures older than both our civilizations. We must find those ruins." Mara leaned forward. "Why, what's inside them?" Lyra hesitated for a moment, then said, "Knowledge. My people believe the ruins hold records of a forgotten race. If we understand them, we may learn how to calm the planet's energy storms. Without that, no one can safely stay here." Alex crossed his arms. "So if we succeed, this world might be safe for everyone?" Lyra nodded slowly. "Yes, but the task is not easy. Many of my own people failed before." The humans exchanged glances. The challenge was dangerous, but the chance to discover ancient knowledge and to prove humanity's worth was too important to ignore. Descent. The landing craft was small, built for short trips through turbulent atmospheres. The humans slipped into their protective suits, sleek alien designs glowing faintly around their arms and legs. Lyra adjusted each suit carefully, ensuring they would withstand the energy storms. "You will feel pressure when the surges pass near you," she explained. "Do not fight it. Let the suit handle the energy. Resist and you risk tearing it." Alex nodded, steadying his breathing. "Understood." The craft shuddered as it broke through the atmosphere. Through the small window, Alex saw flashes of green and purple lightning tearing across the sky. The clouds glowed like molten fire, and beneath them stretched a vast landscape of jagged rocks, shimmering rivers and forests that seemed alive with faint light. Rena whispered, "It's beautiful, like the whole planet is glowing." Lyra's voice was calm, though her hands tightened on the controls. "Do not let beauty deceive you. Every glow marks instability." The landing was rough, the ground trembling as if the planet itself resisted their presence. But the craft held firm, settling in a valley surrounded by strange stone pillars. When the ramp opened, a wave of heat and static hit them. Their suits vibrated, adjusting instantly. The humans stepped out, their boots sinking slightly into the shimmering soil. Alex turned slowly, taking in the alien sky. "We're not just visitors anymore. We're part of this test." The first challenge, they had not walked far before the first surge struck. A blast of energy erupted from the ground, forming a glowing wall that swept toward them. Lyra shouted, "Hold still!" The humans froze, trusting their suits. The wall passed over them, pressing like heavy water, but their suits absorbed the impact. Jalen gritted his teeth. "Feels like swimming in thunder." Lyra smiled faintly. "Now you understand why many fear this world." But Alex noticed something the others missed. The energy wall left a faint pattern on the ground, like lines etched into the soil. "Wait," he said, kneeling. "These patterns, they're not random. They look like symbols." Lyra crouched beside him, her eyes widening. "You are right. I did not notice this before." Mara crossed her arms. "So the planet isn't just dangerous, it's trying to tell us something." Alex touched the lines carefully. "Or maybe the ancient builders used the storms as a language." Lyra stared at him with quiet admiration. "Humans see meaning where others see only chaos. This may be why you succeed where we fail." The journey to the ruins, following the etched patterns, the team made their way toward the ruins. The path was difficult. Rivers of energy pulsed like lightning in liquid form, and forests of glowing trees bent and shifted as if alive. But the humans pressed on, adapting quickly. When a surge blocked their way, Alex suggested using the stone pillars as shields. When the soil grew unstable, Mara tested safer routes. Rena kept track of the glowing patterns, sketching them onto her suit's display, while Jalen scanned for energy spikes ahead. Lyra watched, amazed. Each of you adapts differently, yet together you form a stronger whole. That is your strength. Hours later, they reached the ruins. Towering structures of black stone rose from the ground, covered in strange carvings that glowed faintly with the same light as the storms. The air around them hummed with power. Lyra approached the entrance carefully. This is it, the place where my people always failed. Alex placed a hand on the wall. The carvings pulsed faintly beneath his touch. Maybe you were looking at it wrong. Let's try together. Inside the ruins, the interior was vast, filled with columns that reached into darkness. Symbols lined the walls, glowing softly. As they moved deeper, the ground trembled and another surge erupted. The suits held, but the ruins themselves shifted like a puzzle coming alive. Rena gasped. It's changing, like it's testing us. Lyra's voice was steady, but her face tense. The ruins respond to willpower and cooperation. Alone, my people could not solve it. But maybe... She looked at the humans. Alex nodded. Then we face it as a team. The chamber presented them with trials. One wall split into fragments of glowing symbols floating in the air. Jalen reached for one, but it flared too bright. Alex stopped him. Don't force it. Think about the pattern we saw outside. Working together, they arranged the symbols to match the storm patterns Rena had drawn earlier. When the last symbol clicked into place, the ground stilled and the ruins opened a deeper passage. Lyra stared in awe. You remembered? You connected the storms to this place. None of us ever thought to link them. Alex shrugged lightly. Sometimes you just need to look at problems sideways. The heart of the ruins at the core of the ruins lay a massive crystal suspended above the ground. Energy surged through it like a heartbeat. The air vibrated with power. Lyra whispered, "This is the heart of the planet. The builders left it here to control the storms. But no one has ever been able to unlock it." The crystal flashed, projecting an image. Shadows of the ancient race, tall and graceful, speaking in a language no one understood. The ruins tested them with one final trial. The crystal split into fragments of light, each moving in different directions. To stabilize it, the team had to guide the fragments back together. Mara focused on one, using calm movements to guide it like a puzzle piece. Jalen steadied another with precise timing. Rena used her sketches to predict where each fragment belonged. Lyra supported them, her knowledge of energy flows helping to balance the surges. But it was Alex who noticed the final key. The fragments were not just shapes, they were emotions. The crystal responded to trust, courage, and unity. He stepped forward, placing his hands on the largest fragment. "We're not afraid," he said softly. "We're here together. That's our strength." The crystal pulsed, glowing brighter. Slowly, the fragments merged back into one, stabilizing. The ruins calmed, the energy storms outside fading like distant thunder. Lyra's eyes filled with wonder. "You did it. You humans. You succeeded where we failed for generations." Alex shook his head. "Not me. Us. It was teamwork." A new bond as they left the ruins. The sky above was calmer. The glowing storms had weakened, the air clearer. For the first time, the planet seemed at peace. Lyra looked at Alex and his team with deep respect. "You humans are more than survivors. You bring harmony where there was none. You see meaning in chaos. You adapt, you connect, and you succeed." Rena smiled softly. "That's what humanity does. We're not the strongest or the fastest, but we never stop trying." Jalen added, "And we never work alone." Mara crossed her arms with pride. "That's what makes us human." Lyra bowed her head. "And that is why I believe my people and yours have a future together. You remind us of what we have forgotten." As the sun of the strange planet dipped below the horizon, the ruins glowed with quiet light. Humanity had faced the planet's test and passed, not with power but with cooperation, courage, and trust. And Alex knew in his heart that this was only the beginning. The planet's surface was calm now. The energy storms that had once raged unpredictably had faded, leaving a quiet glow over the jagged terrain. Alex and his team stood at the edge of the ruins, feeling a rare sense of accomplishment. They had faced challenges that alien engineers had failed to overcome, using nothing but ingenuity, observation, and teamwork. Lyra approached, her golden eyes reflecting both pride and relief. "The planet responds differently now," she said softly. "You have done what my people could not. You have proven humanity's worth not through force but through insight and unity." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of their achievement. "We humans do what we must to survive and learn. That's how we grow." Lyra motioned to the ruins. "These structures will remain stable now. Future generations of my people can study them safely thanks to you." Rena smiled. "So we didn't just explore, we actually made a difference." "Yes," Lyra said. "And more than that, you reminded us of something essential. Your species does not rely on power alone. You rely on courage, curiosity, and cooperation. Those are qualities that last longer than any technology." Returning to the ship A's, the humans and Lyra made their way back to the landing craft. The planet seemed almost alive in approval. Trees glowed softly, rivers shimmered, and the ground beneath their feet felt stay.